Alright, we've had a bit of a busy weekend here on the old Camaro. I picked this guy up. This is the Wilwood master cylinder. Move this out of the way. To replace this guy here. I've just never really liked this thing. I did actually weigh it. This is about 6 pounds and this one didn't register on the scale. So it's good little weight savings, and I don't know if that's meant for a drum car. I don't know if it's going to have an internal check valve built into the rear port, and then I'll have issues with the back brakes locking. This you can use with whatever. Well, I mean, you can't use it with a drum per se because it will release all the pressure on the rear circuit. So you have to put in a little spring check valve like I did on the Ditson. But yeah, we got some hoses. We got our adapters, and then we got this guy here. This is the knockoff Wilwood. It's not the legit one, but I'm fine with that because it was $70 and it came with the mounting bracket, which we cut, and now we can put that on. Oh, that goes on to the front, and that goes into there. This is just a glorified combination, kind of splitter, brake light, and the proportioning valve, and this just limits the flow through this circuit here with just a little screw that hits on a piece of steel, or I guess the aluminum seat in there. Nothing too fancy, so I'm not too worried about it being a point of failure, because worst case, I think this is just going to fail internally, and then I'll have just full brake force going through. These are two completely different circuits. But yeah, so we're going to run our little hoses from here to here. The reason we're going to run the hoses is that this is a very tight engine bay, and to pull the motor in and out, it requires me to kind of unbolt this and move to the side. Now, I could do this with hard lines, but the issues with doing it with hard lines is then I kind of run into a potential of having to bleed the system every time I need to pull the engine in and out, which isn't a big deal, but this will just make it nicer that I can unbolt this. I can unbolt those little studs. This will just kind of push to the side. I can unbolt that and that, take the bracket off, undo these 4 bolts, and then pull it out to the side, or just undo this, pull the master cylinder out to give me that kind of mess around room. Or if I'm working on in here or whatever, it's just, you know, it's $100 spent now for just a little bit of ease in the future. So yeah, we did that, and then we started messing around with the headers. Where is my old pipe? Right here. So if you've looked at any of our older videos, you'd have seen this guy was on here. It was somewhere about there, probably a little bit farther out. So we were about here, and it was close to the frame rail. This one was originally just an OEM 4.6 liter long tube header from eBay that we just made a flange piece and made our own circuit, and it should line up with the V10 manifold gasket. And yeah, we just teed her into here with a little motorcycle slip joint piece. We'll get the little seal that goes in there at some point, and yeah, it'll be interesting to what it sounds, but I just didn't like the hammer to look, so we kind of used what we had kicking around here. It's a combination of 1.5 inch and 1 5/8 tube. As you can see, some of it is sliding in and out, which honestly makes it quite easy to weld it up. I still got to finish welding it. This is just tacking it in place while it's on the car. This kind of job is more of just a reward for some of the shittier work I've had to endure to get to this point, because welding up the manifolds becomes a kind of a big leap forward on the build of this whole thing. So yeah, that's kind of what we've done. We're gonna run all our brake lines because we know we need to go right there, and that goes to our rear circuit, and we also know where we're gonna kind of roughly end up down below with our front lines. Not 100% sure on how I'm gonna run them. I may just run it down here, drill a hole somewhere around here, and then run them in, so it kind of comes out undercoating, but somewhere around here maybe, and then we have our upper control arm. We can go down or wherever. I just don't want to get into the issue with having them run across here and then they're hitting the headers or Or down here, maybe they're going to hit the headers with the engine out. It's a little bit more difficult, so I kind of have to keep in mind how I'm going to do it. But a hole here or there, especially if I sleeve a tube through, I've got no doubts with it not being, or it being an issue in the future. But yeah, I will carry on with the brakes and show you, or brake lines, and show you what I end up with. But aside from that, that's where we're at. So yeah, smell you later.